side of the world and it's winter. Thinking there
a couple times when the food struggle to maintain your life. Tennis ball that was really bouncy. Hey, I had like the perfect bounce, but then it, we were kind of like that guy.
Yeah, there's no, you just get, is that power? Boop.
I'm a rest stop yard.
Yep, that's one way to do it.
And you're gonna have to watch it. You're laid.
I was in middle school at the time that our friend Ben.
And that's how you die.
And it was, there was a panic situation because
well, so the answer is you buy tickets to the Tour Mythicality Aussie edition. I'll say that.
Yeah, you're not helping.
Kate Ritchie.
Family, and then we're hanging out, and then it gets to be about 10 o'clock. That's when you start getting into like, puckered up and didn't take a crap the entire week.
It didn't have the right tech.
And I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to be like, we are.
Traffic's gone down. Have you noticed?
Because of the kids.
It's amazing.
They're not in school.
How much.
They're like, what? Fear River with no real, you know, this is a serious
time to do the other stuff. Just trying to.
Locke is gonna be doing the basketball thing most of the
pies and grapes.
Moon pies and grapes. We always kind of knew exactly on the internet to meet that is prepared in a very.
Okay, cool. What should we do during the well? You don't want to do any. Well, I mean, I couldn't put it on a kayak is like, especially. I mean, in the afternoon, not so much because, but I think the kid hole at every rest stop.
But
going to Australia, we realize it's their winter. And
we love them. We just don't always like them. Is that when
denim capital of the world? Gosh,
you know we are going to be talking about. Grab a valve.
Well, he's obstructed. If the fire marshal came through here, we'd be fine.
I also have
on the river
coat bag. Okay, I'll put my
that. So stupid.
It wasn't. We did a lot of things that.
It says, how do you feel? I felt a little lost, honestly.
But first, we want to remind you that you can go
foot to a.
It was like 6 weeks,
and then somebody else.
2 months. It was
get inside my head a lot in terms of because my personality type, Pharaoh wears
a Pharaoh, a bad rap. You know, yeah. Going back home, and then you're looking forward to the next vacation. You can't let that happen.
Can't let it happen.
You have to think it's going.
Basically, the water would churn.
You know it, so you better start enjoying it. She did.
What do you and your wives do to keep the kids from bickering all summer?
Xboxes.
What about houses?
Trampolines.
Oh, this is safe. Now you're giving safe advice.
Oh, it just made me laugh.
Pharaoh. It sounded like a red son-in-law.
Podcast.
That's right. That's what we did. In order to gain some type of our weekly routine of filming Good Myth.
Very difficult. Trust me, I've tried to replace my kids with other kids many.
Lincoln is going, because he went for 1 week last summer with a friend, put it on a sock. I want to assess whether
river shoes.
And you see him in passing. Like, you found it? You found your picture?
Stepdad's a shorter way to it.
I mean, when he arrived, I'm making
in a while. Probably since like 7 years ago. It'd be funny. I was admiring.
If I could orchestrate away for a production schedule, we would have gone to these
things. Then also there are
but it's pretty cool.
But I do think you shouldn't get into a body of water if you breath easily, but also want to have fun with the energized.
Dig a hole, and if the river was, I was like, maybe you should look at my office. And
bro, let my people go, Pharaoh.
Another show that we're developing.
It could be. It might be. Okay.
I say my mom's husband.
Okay, that's one way to it.
You should sit down, lay down.
But I think I got. Can you see it?
We had no need to apologize or hedge with the things we said. Off your top.
The 5 movies that if you're gonna watch 5 movies this summer, you got to watch these 5 movies.
All right.
Happening right now is not pools.
Yeah. It's the Disney. There's lots of dance. Thinking about
but here's the thing about
what we're talking about now about the kids going to summer.
That's how good I'm feeling right now.
A new bag or a new circular icon to subscribe.
Graduated college, we went down to Irwin. That I miss is the transition into fall.
Yeah, I keep I also have an Instagram account.
This is
something. While Good Mythical Morning continues to equation, I would love through and your pool gets stagnant. Summer's great, man. There's even if you're working, there's
This makes me think, I just read this news article today.
Swim there, and they had these places that we would call them, it goes down on either side. It's kind
of, what?
Yeah, she is, right?
And Kevin Bacon. We shouldn't even take him. What are we thinking?
But too late.
Yeah.
I mean.
And had a horrible experience.
Then he comes up and he's like, he's in the same place. I was like, gotcha.
If you want to just change the person, like if we decided that and say, man, I love this kid.
Place, you want to scramble to turn him off or something?
You got to punch through Chase's face.
Water, it's like wearing 2 liquid anchor.
Plinsky.
I think we're done a minivan.
It's the summer of.
Can't do that with 7-year-old. That's an excellent point. Lisa Marie Brew asked, right at the trap.
Feel different about that picture of us with the gorilla shirt. Saved people, but then the guy who saved people.
And even Camp Caraway, it was like
the first night.
Yeah,
it's an ice cream. Across the rapids, swimming down the rapids, and we had some like
about our kids.
There might be a pregnant woman with a 7-year-old that they like to play fetch with.
Each other.
Yeah, I like that.
And 2 summers ago, season 2, balloons inside of the front and back of the kayak so that
another one to take this opportunity to open up in the riverbed.
Good Lord.
And these people are like kayaking an Xbox in a pool
because it's extreme and dangerous.
When I was
that's what we did,
and probably the next idea, which is a little unusual for us because again, when you do stuff,
and we would go to it. Remember, I mean, how long of a
Bueller's Day Off with Shepard and double bagged them and just stuffed them into it's not a summer movie, it's just a river movie.
Get your hopes up that the bickering over the smallest things is gonna stop. Bring enough for friends. If anybody, there were other people who were there. Some people are just sure there. There would
opportunity to correct you.
The start of something that they can do.
To clarify, we love them, we just don't stand to. It was really
period. I'm still kind of in that in terms of what our summer is, but
television. What
every part.
Break it down. Is this what it feels like? Gosh, you haven't seen it?
I know about it.
Okay. Well, a pair of shoes that you had fully worn out on land that now became. We heard about.
Well, we lived in the Northeast last summer, and we just catapulted ourselves out of. Okay, let's get to an hour and a half to drive and pick up my mom. We could figure it out, but that ubiquitous photo of
an orchestra. That's when an orchestra plays to for people's organs. While we are working, but it was great.
Not that light.
We went on hikes. We took that one hike out into the middle of.
They're room temperature or warmer. You go to in
Northeast.
The Northeast.
Northeast, apparently.
It's a Northeast thing.
Northeastern.
I don't mean to bring that back up, but we'll see.
Are you preparing?
We've been all excited about
while you're eating. It's worked the first time.
Yeah, it's not a 2-year-old.
The second time.
You go to the bath.
Is this your father-in-law or your stepdaughter?
It's a lot more laid back for us, which is
problem with deviled eggs. The next day, fart is that my friend and I should get on vacation. It's gotta be like a 2-mirror situation.
A mirror on a mirror.
And I'm not interested in my
at
my
father-in-law.
Your actual father-in-law. Got it.
Bobby Gilbert. Yeah, commercial.
Zerbert Skirbert. It's my favorite. Holding a 7 days worth of crap in your large intestine. But the expression on your face.
And of course, it's after March.
That.
There was one summer between, I don't know when it was. Trip was that? It was probably what were you combining?
Well, because I have a television character on my that is attached to the ticket.
True.
You can't. If there's somebody out there that you think might enjoy summer advice. Your name is Lisa Marie.
The vast majority of the time, we're gonna have our families there.
I think we should probably give a disclaimer. If you get a kayak and to suck, it's gonna suck when we go to Australia. It's gonna be the bad.
You're cooking out. You're cooking it out. Have that Zerbert bounce, and then somebody, I think it were
movies to watch.
Okay.
I've got a
further southern first name. It's Christy. Because all of the soundtrack I do when the Xbox gets old and the trampoline, like a female can't have a Jeep. Well, that's not what we were doing.
No.
Kids into these camps. It's like, but maybe we could talk them into camps. Because for us, camp told them what we just talked about. You're like, well, when Lincoln and I went to summer camp, what is the best thing to bring to a barbecue? Bread truck coming down the road, and it's
of good hashtag no shame.
Well, if there's any way we can bring shame into the kind of planned breaks. 2 summers ago we didn't.
3-week summer break. Put them up with the phone.
With something the 7-year-old likes, and you throw it.
It's a Jeep. You're sexist for thinking we had a sexist.
I guess it tastes a little bit ostrich.
Okay, yep. Mellows, they did these crazy activities at night with bonfires.
Be cool. So I hope that the camps that are going to have those like rituals. I think they all do. Like,
I feel like it's dangerous.
And dance to.
It isn't a place you go. It is also not the device.
Resige.
But when he's not collecting it.
And now he just and you know what? I'd like out of it.
In my past, you also have lining
for that is amazing.
You need to go
of the episode. It's not right now in the middle. But his legs are really tan because he fishes and he's outside and he's mowing grass. But read off of Feldman's phone.
I don't know.
Just kidding.
No, we're taking a short break. We got some other things going on.
Excited not knowing
rest.
Just a very aggressive accomplished enough today. Do I feel like I've earned the right to go to bed tonight? What are their names?
We don't want to.
That shows up. We could bank episodes and then film buddy.
Rest stops are really deviled eggs. That's it.
Zerbert and Skibbert.
Planning advice to people.
There's a freshness to fall, I feel like, actually. It's not a death.
The expanded version of Good Mythical Morning and interviewing people and we would interviews. And
I guess we were doing this show. It's not.
I've had all of these things at some point in my
college, an all-girls school, which was basic McLaughlin.
And it was on Saturday because typically I'm up too early for there to be. Okay, this is a serious problem.
Our books on tape taste is not.
Okay, all right.
Let me get a little bit of that.
Best name ever.
What is the best thing to bring to a?
Yeah, let's come up with an idea.
Buddy comedy.
Summer camp. Now, first of all,
the river shenanigans.
What's the other thing?
There's a younger age group.
Pool table?
If had tubing where you'd blow in a. Guy sucks today. That's what you're saying.
No. Well, from it.
VBS.
Yeah.
Remember you freaking. What are you gonna and we're beyond it and the sign is still up. Oh, you do?
The stretching in the morning with the Barbara, she gets on my chest and then we have the ritual.
You do Kevin Bacon with eagle eye.
It happens pretty early. What? Not advisable. We're probably about to get to it. This is your wife's father.
Yeah, this is my refrigerated and that's not.
Sometimes, not always.
That's not good.
Deviled egg man. Elon Costa. What do I do if I live in the other school into these summer camps with your kids?
I'm sorry.
Hold on. You didn't.
Or apples.
Oh, an orchard. Really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Even if it's.
Don't make a habit of looking at that.
I'm
a parent who says that we.
Summer related questions. Talking a little bit about what we're doing. Tied them off.
All day, man.
I got to transform your home environment and anybody gets
deviled
sick.
Eggs.
Yeah, forget the road trip. Just make it a trip.
Yeah. The 12-hour car ride is.
If you haven't seen him, especially Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I usually give advice to clump your kids together to get the whole process of child re. Link didn't crap the whole week, and the table just erupted.
You get a couple of miles.
In retrospect.
Did he get one?
Yeah, that's not a challenge, by the way. We just want to. I think I'm gonna get this all wrong, but I'm just gonna clarify what internal parts are.
There's egg. No.
I love my kids. I know we've already. They're gonna be talking to you about the exotic ostrich sausages while you're eating what they brought. To unequivocally, how much we love our improv.
No.
class.
I think you're gonna.
I don't even like those people.
I think you're gonna agree with my suggestion. But. There's just a lot, nothing was going well.
It was quite literally out of my comfort zone. I mean, in a week, in the mountains, we're just, they're
decorating their room, texting and driving, man.
Yeah, you do have to pull over really fast.
If you're the guy who breaks out the ostrich sausages, everybody.
Them at least
it's
at this
gonna
point.
be great, but it's gonna be bad.
Their fault.
It's gonna be
their fault.
It depend on what you're Bishop. What's the best way to
no limits?
Yeah, so the chances that any of
a lot of water spilling into this hole and then churning around.
I don't think that's why.
Name another river movie.
You just named some really good ones.
Name another river movie.
Mystic River. I do think that you can play that game for a while. Change a tire. If I have all kinds of ideas and all kinds of different outlets, different media, you think that it's going to be.
Congratulations on the pregnancy, but warning.
You didn't poop. I mean,
my body knew.
I didn't poop as much as where I went with this. We wanted to take one of our kids' friends instead of one of our kids because they did something wrong.
I don't understand the question.
Oh gosh, at least.
Packing special food items, and then instead of, we have summer questions.
The main thing that we're doing is we are to get a kayak from somebody. I don't remember where I bought it.
Well, you're too big for a kayak. I'm a little self-conscious wearing those, but also, it was kind of,
you got to send laxatives.
That's the key to marriage right there. First,
we didn't want it to be like 2017. We wanted it to be different.
Summer is different. Shut up! You only hear running record of just like in the commercial.
That environment, then they'll just carry it right through to the summer camp. And there's a lot of
parents were in town, and
I don't know. That's safe.
I don't know. I'm in hot water.
Boy, I like to end up getting into the shoulder. I will not.
When you stop, you get out. I can drive in the carpool lane. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, because that would also be incorrect. You could say stepdad would be.
I don't say stepdad either. Going in force. Bueller?
Yeah.
They should have invited me. I haven't seen it. Over the summer.
Still using the term barbecue as if it's an event that you go. We'll be back on July 3rd. Bread for life. Saw myself in the mirror and realized that
time was like, can I take your, and we're like,
we hope you enjoyed this episode of people like their kids less than we like our kids.
Crazy, man.
But fashion, in terms of fashion, my friend and I have been talking about having an adventurous summer because we haven't. Yeah, but we never saw any of that.
Sinkholes are jerks, man. No warning. Like email.
We didn't go back because I wasn't going to go back by myself.
Well,
rafting or something.
So the river just disappears?
No.
On our kayaks?
Yeah, took it in there, which is what I was trying to get to. No books on tape.
The overlap between Lando and mine.
7 or 8 times during the movie, he would stop.
It's like a Frankenstein situation.
Well, it's like he still got
free brew.
We're working really hard. We are working. What we're working on insides of the kayak. That was my flotation.
It's animated. 60?
30s is pretty cold, man.
That's probably not cold. Irwin, there was that place that had the huge rocks, and we would
other ideas from somebody gets sick.
Oh, somebody. I was very young when this happened, but I remember, the stories. Our trip.
I knew that had a top on it, but it had a hole just for me. So what I ended up, when death is upon us, there's sausages, kangaroo sausages. I don't know.
My name's Gary. My best friend's name is Gertrude.
Season?
No, fall is my favorite season.
So when it's all ending? This whole time I've been talking about
bankrupt. Back to his patrol.
The front has a sort of that varies from region to region, mostly around. This is the cotton.
If you want to know, so I'm like, Allagash Lane, and then given a day has been so unsafe. Why can't we just continue?
No, what I'm saying is
our wives or talking to me. There's bladders that was taken in the parking lot.
Probably the zoo. The summer between. Well,
and now you're saying, well, since neither one of those ideas have led to
River's Edge.
What is River's Edge? Something that that's a good point. We were locality stops in Australia, but then
because I never know with you which one you're talking about.
I don't call the meter in my office. You can't change anything and me not know it's fetch. You sit down with a sexist reaction. All summer we've had we would wear
and seeing if something sticks, and I'm having an incredible time.
It's a radio play. Who cares? We're talking about deviled eggs.
Did she make that?
And then I'm vacation mode at the end of July. It's gonna be. I don't call him father-in-law. I just call him. I was to find it at the right level. Found it was like 3 feet deep.
Word and keep
on this side.
But you know what? It's summer 2018, man.
At the top of the episode. It's not right now.
Most of the summer. Shepard's not going away to here, Biscuits. I'm Rhett.
And I'm laying koozies. You know, where the rapids would it would eddy back on, like, they got like the meats covered. But if it's bring your own meat, okay, I'll go with you. Come see us at the show. But they still managed to drive each other and me, emphasis on me, nuts. And I think you would have thought I would have seen that one.
The tree farm? You're already paying for them. You know what I'm saying? Typically, in all the times that I've played.
I'm thinking fetch though.
No, but when I've played fetch with 7-year-olds.
Of course, my wife went to Meredith, the one wearing.
Where you can't see your feet. Yeah, that's what you should do.
You should drive as the crow flies to wherever you're going. What about, let's talk more about river movies.
Well, Name it. Always a chance that'll happen.
I always tell my kids that you've picked your best and you find it. A few days later, I was like, have you found it? He's like, no, I haven't found it yet. There's no,
drink while you're doing it, it's really low exertion, but the competition.
In a U-Haul pulling sausage when it's ostrich doesn't need to be. Nobody knows, but they're still gonna blame it. The surfing movie?
Yeah. I don't think,
Burger.
First of all,
beef cow.
You would enjoy it. I mean, you're a very picky man.
I'm not currently on a commercial, but I make
a baton around here.
Well, you know, even a flashing patrol car, they're ours. They're
the communities, man.
They're the citizens.
They're the
on studio lot.
And get out of fortune that got us back and forth across. Did you get like a loaf of Wonder
I don't
Bread?
think there was any lasting damage, but it just goes in this weird. It'll make more sense when we get into the episode because this is
warm in there.
I'm bringing a coat. It's not that in Australia long tables. It's like everybody we're just kind of talking in pairs. Like the two of us are talking to our
on some things right now that we can't yet talk about.
It's dangerous. I don't find a parking spot.
Is that about boop. My life. Currently have a pool and an Xbox, had a trampoline.
Well, you go.
I do agree with Shelby's assessment that you should not get into a body of water.
Okay.
And I took a bunch of trash bags.
Our kids dearly, and we're
this tonight. Do the right thing out of all these is the one you need to watch. Have been a thing. We probably would have worn them.
Ben wore duck shoes, and Jesse, and then me and you, and so I mean that got us an hour and a half.
Their kids, everybody on. With Stevie.
I don't know what it's gonna be. Or to stay. I don't mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like whenever we talk about something that was already going and had been going. It was Nancy.
Who's she?
The CEO.
Oh. I saw myself.
The neckline.
I saw myself in the gym. 6th and 7th grade, maybe between 5th and 6th. Definitely one of those two.
Seems right. Mannequins from earlier. I think that's why we saw that. She was a river guide.
Son-in-law, but that's not typically what son-in-law means. Yeah. It'd be horrible at the same time.
But I'm proud of us that is when, hello, in this special edition of Your Biscuits.
Always like them. Is that?
Rivertation.
The transitions. The transitions into every.
It's not that pronounced.
Like fading.
My father-in-law has he always, if you're not working.
Sinkhole in the middle of the river, the right thing. That's a good summer. What are the temps?
But, no, I'm not really looking. I was like, you're looking. He's like, I haven't found it.
Slap the pillow into
most people, but it's freezing to me. I'm bringing like a heavy coat. I'm bringing a whole bag that's just full of coats.
Time. Last minute before vacations.
We feel that way, but then we also love, what are those things?
They're kind of like, I think they're a form of water sock.
I feel B-I-R-T.
In good conscience, I can't give that advice.
I can listen to that, and then another day later, I'm like, to your car and you leave as quick as you can. As quick as you can. I mean, when you line up to take showers and they got like stopwatches and they're like, oh, that shirt, check it out.
That's the back.
And we'll continue to process.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's just make it the kids' fault. They'll be there.
Yeah, well, they're gonna.
So, yeah, Red's exactly right. We welcome them into not all. Oh. Well, then why were we saying I was the car and goes back and he's talked to the person, he's got their ID, and then he's coming, her name, you say, she didn't crap the whole time she was there.
We should have stopped this a while. No, that you have to be.
I would recommend.
Right, but
what?
I don't know.
Like it. Well, be clear.
Two people get sick.
They're gonna, even if
who
it's
they
not,
gonna blame? Who they gonna blame? They're gonna blame people playing instruments. To hear this
in the river here, we would decide to do that outside.
I was like, I'm gonna do sun stretching. A little bit of desperation and also a lot of like pressure from parents their entire life.
Will not sink because it's if you got to just put like 2018 to be like in the midst of 2017.
Poop, and then we went to the zoo. Did you poop at the zoo?
So great. I mean, we said I want a water hole that was probably 10 feet deep. Even though everything around.
I'm working the farmers.
So.
But you did eventually, and sun stretched for a good, 25 minutes or so.
2 years ago.
Okay, that's it's got to still be there.
We did that once, and we never went back.
Well, in the path.
It's not a.
All we're talking about is starting a conversation here,
making
friends. If you bring ostrich
Monday, Wednesday, and then Friday guest host, so that. Good question. She says, we have a pool, a trampoline, and an Xbox. Well,
we're like, yeah, we got an idea.
This is how it goes. I took Lando with me because I liked hanging out with him, because I love all my children.
Yeah. To a camp environment.
I think we were talking about how, man, I don't know, this is just crazy.
Well, and we talked
them into all, well, no, not all aspects of our lives, but all.
I feel strongly about this answer.
Exotic
now,
sausage.
It may
poop, somebody like, what's that headpiece that and we're like, what? That's a long time. And most of them were like, last summer, we were tired. I did give him a hug, and when he left, I gave him another hug.
Okay. Summer.
And yeah, you're already hunching. Get you.
It takes you several days to adjust to being on vacation.
We should go back. It's
people don't like their kids. Northeastern.
It definitely is.
Put it up too much though.
I don't,
because that vacation buildup syndrome is something that I suffer.
All types of rituals that they would do.
Just like the head is, we're actually talking about them. You're just gonna be the filter.
You're just gonna be bored. But
I'm talking about the blank.
We haven't got anything.
Rest stops in the alphabet. See my back very often.
Go on a river. It resonates with you. What do you appreciate about the show, or about me? We get some sideways looks at the cookout, man.
No.
Basically every single day, I just kind of feel like, oh my gosh, I'm cool. That sounds totally LA. And you could sign people up.
Is something that we haven't. We're working on things in a way that I
feel like an actor make us appreciate it even more because, as we pies and grapes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that song?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
He's a good talker though.
Yeah.
I could tell that he didn't eat. So I think if you're gonna do it, these are not technically. Her name is actually already laid into him at the top of this thing, but
what we have discovered.
I don't have a trampoline. We just wanted to the playlist on the right
to watch more of our daily show, Good Mythical Morning.
Freaking Wonder Bread truck. He was hospitalized, and there was no
even out of farmers.
This year he's going with another friend. The best place to eat a deviled egg is. So you didn't hear. Apparently they were talking about.
I know what you're getting.
Top of the episode? Do I need to boop again?
No. Pair of socks.
Yeah.
No flip-flops.
No.
It wouldn't be caught dead in a pair of flip-flops.
It's like, follow him on Instagram. He skydove. What a weirdo. He's technically my stepdad, but I don't call him that. All of the rituals of camp are pretty.
I admit, Kate, that's not very good. You got a Jeep, just go off-road.
It'll make more sense when we get into the episode because this is at the top.
It has to be the name on that side of the car.
Kind of like what you're talking about. Then these camps it's like boarding school.
Trying to accomplish, but what's happening right now is television. You tell me what a show on YouTube Red before anyone knew what the show was. I mean,
you soft spoiled it. Now everybody's gonna be watching.
But think of all the time you save with the rest stop because
new entire. I didn't
new
notice.
Water, new bath.
Children love spending time with them, and how much we.
As we asked you last week,
he's coasting.
He's
man.
just drinking coffee.
your life need maybe a let's talk about or something. Just send a warning.
No life jackets. We were walking.
They had the individual toes, but they were like to a Los Angeles surfer dude leg.
Okay, that works.
It's summer camp. We're like, what?
A month?
They're off. They're out of the moms are off to
loving every part.
Oh, cornhole. Because scripted, it's going to have musical elements.
And this is this process. The answer is exotic sausages.
Summer camp, and then
your species at some point appropriately is a noun, and it only refers.
He just super white, man.
Yeah, his unson.
Yes.
I've yet to see a person.
From you, I think we'll get to. I think we'll get to many of those.
Oh, Link, ostrich sausage man.
First of all, let's just
endanger
any sleepaway camps, but
we'll be back with another episode just like always.
I am. It's great.
I mean,
no,
I got up and I had breakfast with the family.
You'd look for. Everybody just gets a couple of minutes.
That was uncomfortable.
And it's a cold shower to the Lillington Bridge, and he gets a bird fuzz. But it didn't have wait.
That's that's
the truth.
That's how it went down. It was like, do you guys have an idea?
When we did the Will It Slip and Slide episode,
I noticed.
This summer.
I don't know how we never got hurt all the time that we spent in the cave. I've hunched most of my life.
Cappuccino.
I got a couple of tees. I double teed one day. I got tea.
Funny, but it's not that funny.
I love enjoying the nice weather, but I'm pregnant.
He was the same guy and just put a wig on it.
Well, different markets.
And you could hold you known for.
There's a lot of worse things.
The pitch was backwards,
which is kind of
non-existent.
Going through the more traditional blend in. And so I tend to bring myself down.
Lung air.
It's a little smart,
pretentious,
a little pretentious.
Pharaoh.
I don't.
Part of the premise. I'll go that far.
I'm gonna know what's going on, but Link won't.
Yeah. I
feel like my nipples are gonna things a reality, but that's it. That's all the advice that we have.
I think there's just so much freedom hearing over with.
Calls you his son-in-law.
Does he?
Yeah.
He did that?
He did that.
Away and
well, this is your list. Goonie line. I didn't read too many of the details.
Maybe he'll shirts on the matching shirts, standing but they're not
bridge over the lake
all year. The junior class, like their job.
I feel like
we stopped
a movie.
I have not seen that. Oh gosh, Link. If you want to.
But what if there's a wall? What if there's a wall and you can't get that far over? I'm not getting
on you.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah. And we that's why we always went pantsless.
Your back is more arched in like an odd kind of a way.
Well,
LA traffic goes down in the morning.
You're warm in the river.
Yeah. I don't know.
No. People, this is, and because there's mirrors everywhere in the locker room.
Hello, in this special edition of Your Biscuits, talking about summertime. Closed intermittently.
For internal parts of a kayak. So I got an old school kayak, which was shaped like a kayak.
Stopping to eat, having picnics at rest stops. And
these people,
they're
not just texting or driving, but people they swerve. I'm not going to take that tons of times.
And we found
without getting into any trouble.
Yeah, so in Bowie's Creek, there's that. I don't know. It's a chicken.
I'm not talking about at night. Let me just clarify. I'm talking about day rest stops.
Oh yeah, questions from you guys in responding to our post. Lays. Mm-hmm. They put jeans. Well, it's funny. Tell them the story the other night where. When your parents
or anywhere else podcasts are available.
To watch more Ear Biscuits, click on. His wig was shaped like a pharaoh headpiece.
It's technically incorrect.
Oh.
Maybe you are his son.
I'm going on vacation with my best friend near the end of summer. Good Mythical Morning, and shot it in such.
And you can't do that. The airlines make it
crazy.
After we graduate. Oh, Coenga.
And that was us for a little while.
You had a pair of shoes that had the stuff that we're talking about right now actually becomes a reality.
Well, that are filled with air, not urine.
And my kayak did not have.
And I'm pretty excited.
I'm very excited.
After your dad had picked us up from spin
was right on the
mythical Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
When we were frolicking it's a fun little thing that you're doing here for everybody. Everybody says this ramp night.
You had a tough
It would
time.
be dark. Play the alphabet game. So you're looking around. I mean, I didn't dislike camp, and I'm really glad that the kids love it, and I have to hashtag Ear Biscuits. Let us know what you're thinking. What resonates to be done with it.
I was just admiring the way that a version of the GMM logo. Add to it. I just
fine.
No, I just don't think they're going to take the whole
trip. You don't
trip.
have to yes and it. This is not
hamburgers and hot dogs on. It is also not a verb. It is where apparently it's not uncommon in Arkansas for
6-year-old and another one on the aspects of our lives, but all the appropriate aspects of our lives.
I just
You're
don't.
back?
Yeah, because you got to have like
Plays anymore, but
okay.
I really got him that skydiving.
Well, we should do a baton.
Celebrating.
We had the crew host the pad. Please help. Thank you.
He's got a 7.
Barefoot water shoes is what those are called. Thank you, Jacob, for the clarification. Parents' house in the attic. There was just all this like.
Coming weeks. What should I? How do you prepare your kids for that? Just say, all right.
It's been one thing after
themselves and
they
brought it back, nestled down in that thing. It had flotation that
at some point in the past.
Well, that is so sweet. It's technically accurate. I'm actually saying it. Well, this show is more of that leads to a child.
When you say get it over with, what do you mean? Go ahead and induce, but we're actually sitting around talking about as long as you can play fetch with a 7. Really, the amount of transition is normal.
Whatever I had when I arrived at camp, and
then that first day of spring.
Kind of joking, okay?
Kind of.
I'm glad that we're bringing it. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk at you next week.
2 more.
I could go up
for you.
Deal. Road, and he can tell.
We have discovered. Now
I would have thought maybe that was the thing, but Brianna's saying it's moon pies and grapes because he was like, Dad.
Gerbert tennis balls. Actually doing
Lincoln. Lando's not going to, and it's drifting off of the. To assume the adults. The first thing people are going to hear, I'll do it now.
Okay, good.
We'll put this at the top.
I mean, a place where you'll be, and maybe I should be, but.
Or dads. I take my kid to school.
Sexist.
To a sleepaway camp in Michigan, actually.
The other and multiple things at a time, usually.
Mm-hmm.
But
myself.
Formed
our tennis shoes. We would have river tennis.
Developing ideas.
See, that's a big. We were just commiserating about for an Airbnb experience. Come enjoy sun stretching with Miss.
Hold it right.
But you're almost blocking my shot. Hold it right there. Or then go to lunch. Like we've gone to lunch.
We haven't worked on anything.
This week at the round table of dim lighting, we're gonna get cooking. It's gonna turn into a 14-day Jeep.
The
policeman before
whirlpool that started taking someone down. Yellow flexible foam.
Okay. Barbara outline on your back, which could be cool actually.
She'd have to stay very.
Plan a vacation that's more than a week.
Go. The back has that catchphrase that
you don't want 30 feet though.
You can eat and drink.
I don't want to get in a race. That would be stupid.
Where are you going with this one?
I don't know. For us, I mean, it literally for an hour and a half we played 2 games.
Craft a 7-day log face.
But deviled eggs, especially.
Found it within a day though, because it was next to your desk.
He was like, "Oh, you found." I'm assuming with cookouts.
Apparently.
And this goes back to when we were.
You could begin acting like a camp counselor. You could begin. Miss an episode. Follow the links in the description to subscribe on Apple Podcasts.
30th. We'll have a freshman. So it'll be 3 weeks that you can. He worked on filled with these bladders. Okay.
Nawara. YouTube, like with Buddy System, we ended up getting.
Just lower your mic back down. About the boredom. You know.
But it kept getting camp food the rest of the time. Were you not eating it?
We just wanted to let you know up top, car. And then he sees this.
We're doing that now.
Oh, my foot got stuck.
One of your feet got stuck.
That's me. It's like I don't know. It's
to me, it's
change is exciting.
Point. I'm just trying.
Use it.
I'm just trying to relate to Brianna here.
Be people, men, women, children. Lots of children would just,
they would get ready. I use television in the broad sense. Now we're in the perfect place.
It's gonna be your fault.
Yeah, but who cares?
But he's still getting residues. He's getting all the.
He's just so happy. Because you were so happy to be at this.
Became the chief, and he pulled somebody over, could walk right by and see you. No. You don't want to play corner. He has B, and he has to find a B in signage or bumper stickers.
I know how it works.
You're
talking about the hyphenated Zerbert Scribbert? I'm talking about the unhyphenated. Talked us into getting kayaks, and I went
more of a teleplay. Well,
yeah, though
they're sitting down there talking, and then
like what we've always done is we've gotten an opportunity to do
jerk
labor.
I said,
and we did that. And remember, you got stuck
in a cookout environment are perfect because
on guy.
Oh, you know what? I thought he was wearing a
little bit differently, and if they can learn how to crap and that, listen, don't build it.
They were
bidding. They began bidding on how long the kids are gone.
Sometimes theater. Oh. Plus, I needed to legally drive in the carpool lane, and I was like, in the mythical road trip. I mean, we drove all the way across the country.
Popped through a freaking off an exit, and you're there, and then you get back on the exit. There's no like, which way do I go?
My favorite food is
in kind of preparation for our trip. Across the world, and then
the appropriate aspects of our lives. I'm making this weird. You would not wear socks, and then you just lace them really tight, because that's where it's
season.
Of course, we don't have that out here in Los Angeles.
Oh, there's a teeny bit, but not nearly.
Hi,
Aubrey. The
flotation.
The flotation parts on the inside.
So we're talking 12-hour car ride to make it
on that spectrum is welcome.
Summer and pregnancy. Those are two things that.
And then you begin to think, I'll be happy when I'm on vacation. Then you inevitably doing for exercise and fun.
That's pretty cool, right? Totally summer camp stuff. We not Good Mythical Morning. There's a certain person that we need to reassure that
public.
They're the rest locale.
Welcome to often
a 4 hour, and let's go to Australia. And then that was kind of to go.
Your hands up, which is true. It rolls off the tongue. And then I found in my attic, all this foam. Thanks for being your mythical best. Things up and just throwing them at the wall. No. So then went down and died. 100 degrees at nighttime.
What about dancing across the state lines like we did?
No process of.
Can we scalp plane tickets?
And then I got another T.
Right, hit me.
They're all summer themed. That's kind of technique that we developed. We're like, you got to keep your feet full. We're gonna be in Sydney. We're gonna be in Brisbane, and we're gonna be in Melbourne. Played like pipe organs.
What do you call a group of trees that are intentionally planted? It's not that cold when we're going there in the winter. Like such a mode that we've usually just kind of crammed in. Like if we're in the car, whether we're doing all daylight.
Don't go at next week. But then. We are taking a short Hi Daddies, also biscuit in its entirety, and make sure you don't.
Girls. Oh gosh. Well, first of all, mine are 8:13. We took them all out to dinner, right?
Shelby Austin, what's your opinion on water shoes for adults? I personally want barbecue unskinned.
We didn't make it. They just find us floating dead in our undies. We didn't announce it, but I'm sorry.
I don't need any feedback.
All right.
I thought you were talking about the guy in Fairfax.
Southern Heart to go along with it.
Her last name is Brew, for goodness sakes.
Brew. Lisa Marie.
You
know what? I'm gonna get a coffee and stay here a little longer.
Wild.
Meryl Streep.
Kevin Bacon.
Ironically, you're mispronouncing it, but go ahead.
Pepinsley?
Pep the best of it. And I'm like, you ain't got to talk me into it. Wait. Oh. 7-year-old. It's
you're his stepson.
Stepson is accurate.
Scribbert. Okay, now, sorry.
Zerbert, guy in Los Angeles.
These people who are like, we send our kids off for a month.
By the trash can. You run back.
It's a different process.
Not what you mean.
But like an insulating layer in them too.
I know they were like winter shoes, but you have to film.
I have my 5 movies, and I just want to see what you think about. I think these are top. I looked at this question, and
I'm emphatically staking my claim.
What do you call a group of Poplinskis?
Right.
While kayaking, because we knew if we got to Irwin, they'd give us the jeans.
What? Now you're gonna tell me I don't know how to say Pharaoh?
You said it. Okay. You don't agree? I thought you would be with me on this.
What it's going to be.
We talked about traffic and weather right at the end.
Oh gosh, what have we done?
Straight line as the crow flies from where you are and where you want to box in a. You want another question?
It can't be both of our faults. And I said it was yours.
Another thing you could do is you could begin to slowly setting in right here.
Yeah, you're talking. Try to develop this discipline of stopping and.
Great summer movie. If you haven't seen that, I mean,
it holds up.
Dude, we've always lived a boring life.
Oh well. And that is difficult. It's difficult to swim in tennis shoes. Gets in the car and slams the door just in time to get smacked by a freak. We'd swim there. That was pretty cool. But then we would also go down the river and then it just kind of percolates a little bit. But it used to make a lot of jeans there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you made it,
this is crazy.
If it was G, be like
that you cook.
But man, we took those things on the river. We would go down to Irwin. His feet and ankles. He wears like socks.
Brand of tennis balls.
Get it over with. We're so cynical about the kids in this episode.
Only organs are being.
Don't hold back.
I got a quick one here. Step into a body of water where I can't see my feet in it without them.
Focus on the positive for a second. But yeah, genetically speaking, I don't even know if it's just because it's in the icon doesn't mean she has it. Machines,
large
water
bathrooms.
Splinsky.
What do we? Okay.
Love summer, man. It's great.
It's your favorite. See what the next thing was going to be, and let's share this ear biscuit with them. If they
might be
I feel great.
Like not having something that I have, and how much we welcome the river, just to stay. It was.
I wanted to answer this question because I recently. I mean, even if you got a pool
inspiration coming out of that bladder.
Yeah. Incredibly tense. I just recommend cornhole.
I'm just brainstorming here. It's two guys.
Now with twice the bounce.
Who they each were making their own.
Sherbert. Okay. So.
Yeah.
We heard about
streets taking their kids to school. Sometimes they come back, we don't.
Socks on.
It's like they attach with the summer. I love it. Bobby will
like sometimes they hide it under the burgers.
You mean exotically shaped? It this way. I think it was a senior class that would hide the baton and then cookout.
Oh, summer.
What we've done in past summers, I think.
Yeah, one of the things I'm doing this summer.
That set of rapids there that we would spend most of our time. We knew like there was a secret. The River Wild. I saw that in the movie.
Pay for that. We didn't license.
It's a summer. I made that song up.
It was an original, slightly special way.
I'm sure the animals did. It would be hard to watch. To not poop the day we have to know things, you're gonna look like a dumb.
It was very old.
Sausage
man. Let me tell you right now.
My answer was deviled eggs. Well orchestrated. I mean,
or orchestrated. Doing is first of all, I christened it the USS Merle.
You painted your breath and go underwater, remember, and put your head under the waterfall and breathe. Kayak. Picnics?
Alphabet. You know, that's good advice. I got it.
Excursion.
That is an excellent idea. You get a map and you map the straight.
It's not what I want to be from the Galapagos Islands, and my favorite food is and gloomy out here. Sell it really hard on the website. It's like, well, the first week, you really got to stay for 2 weeks if you're going to make.
Click the playlist on the left.
And don't forget to click this. It's not going to have a negative impact on Good Mythical.
Well, certain person be reassured that Good Mythical.
I don't think he was the chief of police, but he did every state log him like rapids situation.
This is 28
on the side of the road to run back to the.
Getting out on the interstate and walking, while also not spending too much money, as we are college students.
Exciting and dangerous. We didn't anything to blow more air into it. It was released, man. We gave a little speech about the more.
Yeah, so now I'm never done with it.
I'm done with it.
I'm not. Well, I wasn't trying to. Cornhole is
close contact cornhole.
A lot of fun. Noise, or does the plastic make that?
The plastic does it. It kisses the roof of the.
Okay.
Came out. And you go into summer and it's like it's very It's very smog.
Of it, but every time I would check in with you, you would just have this like pained look on your face, like it was something, and then we filled it with an idea.
Should check that one out.
I think that one of the things.
I didn't say it was advice. It's just, I said we're beginning a brainstorming. Make an active decision. You know, the person pulls over and then he gets out of.
Or just like those
just
guys.
Sitting there, drink. The waiter came by. Yeah, but then
there would be some very intense rapids right when you got to the end, and
that he was like reading them off a cue card.
Ever serious rapids.
Watermark, breathe under there.
Well, we were doing that. Okay.
I mean,
he's going to a day camp, but the thing is, every other day for like 5. Right.
He was so ahead of his time, singing a song about all times of the day. You just see people sitting places, drinking system. Season 1.
You can't say anything about it. T-shirt.
No, you don't.
Yeah, especially now with texting and driving, like people we're having meetings to try to make some of those available mythical.store, and you may see this
around, and one person can fit in at a time.
There's usually a grassy area.
That when she went to summer camp as a kid,
a list of 5. I got a list of 5. Play fetch with your 7-year-old
friend. So you got a good compadre for this thing, where it was still, I think, is something that is.
And then you have
my advice is just to what do I do in front of Rhett's dad's Dodge Dynasty, and that. And I think you already have said that we are. Oh, you're saying I say August
summer. You've seen that.
Done with the pronunciation.
I've never. It was great, man. It was.
Rather be with their friends. Then. Food was done. We're like, that was over. Lunch was done. We should have gotten up and left.
Have these. So what I did,
because yours was like a 1970
and just a pair of sweatpants. Not interested in getting my tan on my legs.
Right.
Have you tried the new Zerbert?
We're going to be in vacation. A little fried. We've left this facility and we've gone to lunch. And then
you brought deviled eggs to a cookout. I'd be happier than if you brought ostrich sausages. Here's the. Like this happened yesterday. I saw
fighting over the smallest things onto the highway, and I noticed the other day it said it's like a construction ramp, and it's
something you do to meet. Barbecue.
And then we played another game. Put this down.
No, I want to.
Armored car. Point.
No, it's 5. He's gonna be
even as we do it. I think that's
on towards the road. Well, I'm not getting out and trying to change my tire with the people.
And I'm not.
The fact is,
we cut that out.
Is that, but you don't want to bring hamburgers or hot dogs. You want to bring exotic sausages.
Yeah,
I'm calling triple.
And if you're thinking of Pharrell, the artist.
Anyway,
it doesn't.
But if you've already got a pool, a trampoline, and an Xbox, it shouldn't be a problem.
So, in the last episode, we appreciate that feedback. We are processing it. There's a ramp.
Your biscuits. Thank you for all your questions. Great. You begin measuring everything according to when you're going to be on vacation. I'm going up an inch.
Gotta arch that.
Because we just weren't relaxed enough. So we're doing a lot by himself. But you're at
Kate Ritchie. She's got a Jeep icon.
Yeah, I see that.
If that means that everyone on earth understands, then heaven on earth.
And listen, so
that's what the t-shirt should have said.
So we're sending our kids to some.
And then they were like,
not a legal trade. What's gonna happen is people are gonna want to try.
Once those things fill up with, and
like really hoping to get into a good graduate program, it smells of a little.
You can't say it enough. I mean,
you took a crap at the zoo. There's no way. I just from like the previous residents of my
process as a response to this prompt, and I think talking about it last summer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Oh, Duke Air?
Into my face. Like Duke, and my
stepdad.
Well,
it could be your fault for me, and my fault lines are?
An orchestra.
No.
It was either, man. I call him my mom's husband. Kate, then. Some rocks will be exposed such that there was
heels of buddies. And we were preparing for 2 different things. We were preparing for our tour, which
perfect tennis ball. And then they got this, how exhausted we were. We're like, you know what, next summer is gonna be different. And you know what? We had the on vacation, there's that transition period. That being said, you definitely get a kayak to the cookout.
No.
I get it.
Every single person.
To be you. If I had good posture, yeah.
Especially where we were at, I couldn't find a kayak that could fit me that had the proper
different.
I think that's illegal. I think it's illegal.
Sitting down on
next to
Coanga,
us. Yeah.
eating a cradles and stuff.
They would hide the baton.
There was a baton.
They still hiding the baton there?
And it was
there's some new experience.
in the middle, where I'm actually saying it.
To clarify, I think once you buy a ticket, just very slow river.
Her spouse.
Her husband.
And I'm back.
But no,
talking about this summer.
it's weird how that happened.
We were talking.
I mean,
very dangerous.
I remember
no permanent damage. It's the fire valve.
And
if you want, if like the sprinklers are going off this beard, play fetch
outside game
with the
expectations, and then the next thing you know, you're going.
Guy.
Yeah.
Why didn't they traditionalize whether anything that we're working on, if it's like, I'd
take that chance.
My papa, when he was
but on Saturday, now for those of you who are watching, what part of what's happening?
You're talking about Ferris, a long straw, and like you would pump up the flotation. But then I remember the first time I got
it. Man, I'm not, especially if it's on the inside. If it's very white,
like a Swedish. Can we resell the tickets on?
Yeah,
but everybody loves it.
Water shoes. If water shoes had
that's a good experiment.
If you follow the social media over
for the past 2 summers, the Duke college students because that's it. And at flood stage, I've definitely turned over. There's times when like instead of kayaking around trees 2017 and March 2018.
Where the sun's rays can have an impact.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there.
Because I started dating her and I would drag you to this stuff.
I made the mistake of going one year.
They had a ritual. Right.
Summer. Is a teleshirt.
Teleshirt. Aunt Slucinda.
Safe for them. It's not safe for the people. The Rhett and Link accounts and the mythical accounts. If you
it was a covered top canoe.
It was basically like a developing worlds, developing characters, fleshing them out, writing things. Because people swerve. They're not nice to dance across state lines on the shoulder. We did that at our own risk.
Well, we don't have anything for and don't try to find us anywhere else.
Tourmythicality.com. Seriously, if you're in Australia, love deviled eggs.
The yellow.
Re-ask the question.
Lisa Marie, those. They're not water socks. I've seen that. I saw it. That's right. They won't even let us on.
Look respectable in water shoes. I will say that. Okay, last question.
Summer's great. That was taken in the zoo parking lot where we had just purchased the t-shirts.
Yeah, it's not Vacation Bible School anymore.
No.
It's Vacation Build-Up Syndrome. Yeah, they're gonna
definitely be their fault.
Us miserable.
The spring is a problem because of the pollen and stuff.
Pollen. Legal to make that claim.
Well, it's not in the same. A plate or two of her homemade. Oh, come. Okay. You got it exciting and dangerous. The first thing I thought about, and I think it's great advice, is get a play, but I think it might be
the endless.
Bought the matted ideas or these will leave. Written on the tennis ball.
Skibbert. I think it's spelled the same way. How do you
morphine of this show?
We're in the middle of this river and I'm like, oh, his foot is stuck in. You eventually got. You're talking about the guy that was in the Zerbert Skirbert commercial on Coanga. I'm talking about the guy too. I'm gonna taff that river. 1,000. Said that. I don't want to drag on about that.
So let's just.
I'll rephrase it.
I'll just re-ask it. As you notice, I've said it many times and I haven't changed it at all because I hadn't moved it. That was the joke.
It's been both.
That's what I said. Orchestrated.
You used a G and podcast keepers about. You said it.
Weather.
Yeah.
This pod guy is this purple T-shirt.
Often. You know, it's not a view that I take in very often. That was in the Zerbert Skirbert commercial on Fairfax.
Is there 2 commercials? I thought
yeah.
There is. You're right.
Good morning is not going in.
Can't even serve properly. You notice that?
Yeah.
The trees in flood stage. I'm at the side of the road. You're driving real fast and then you pull in slow. Chase put that picture of himself in our office to cover up the hole where
the underrated. You know what I'm saying? Let's put things into perspective here. A Saturday
show. There was some article and we
box of pieces of foam. Like the blame falls on you. Why do you think this made it worse?
Well, I didn't make it. This is a college campus.
We should have, talking to gate.
What about a river runs through it? We're setting up our kids
high propensity. This kayak did not have those. To the bone.
What internal temperature is
over there? Devil cooking the chicken breast.
with making Buddy System a reality.
Well, and while we were filming Buddy System, listen, rest stops get cooking things?
Yeah, outside. Say it. And Skibbert's Ball, and unequivocally how much we love our children, love spending time with them. They are 10, 6, and 3, all girls.
Son that could actually change your farmer's tan?
Not this summer, man. Tennis balls. Zerbert made it, the lights flashing, not the whole car. That'd be kind of cool though. Diagram looks like 2 tires on a truck.
I don't think that's gonna get 12 hours. So
Skibbert.
Zerbert and
Skibbert.
But I say Skibbert. But it is also the kind of thing because it's not
orchestrate.
Mm-hmm. It is laid back. But I want to.
You and your friend get a kayak and go on. I went to REI in Cary, Duke undergraduate.
Have this extended period of like
are on their last leg at a rest stop. They're
not literally the first day of spring, but when you kind of realize that spring is happening.
And I get excited about the things that we talk about because it's
time, eat some good food, and score some points. Get noticed a little. Yeah. I don't remember the details.
The camp counselors did some sort of performance, and the guys sang a song to each other, and then our kids are down at the other end of the table.
Yeah, where you can't see your feet without some sort of covering. She has a.
You're hyphenate these episode. Let's put a warning at the top.
Yeah. We love children.
You
want to talk? You want to answer some summer questions?
Yeah. I mean, you drop a load on this stuff. Coffees.
Yeah.
These are actors.
Good-looking people that look like they should be. Flat tire on the roadside. No, I like it up.
Take a dump in the back.
Oh, the best song ever.
I don't know. That guy was so cool. He had a beard back when it wasn't cool to have a beard. Right. A long time.
Mission accomplished, man.
We're accomplishing a mission.
I want to do something exciting and dangerous.
I was in North Carolina at Camp Caraway.
I wonder if it's still there.
Well, you wore them all the time. Okay.
And I was like, say that name. Poplinsky.
In rows, and then they grow fruit.
Cool, but I'm
not talking about it.
But
I'm not sexist. I just want
it's on to know that you're
you catch wind of the conversation. You're like, you said kayak for sale in Durham. I went to Durham and I know it. I'm like, but we moved it. See if you can find it. It's somewhere else in the office. See, maybe not. Camp Caraway is still open.
May get featured on the mythical account.
I mean, it took
Randy T-shirt that says is
beside the point.
Not slim, but it's
we needed some grippy shoes, and Daniel gave, but you don't really have to swim as much as just don't die.
If we had only had
the devil.
If you bring deviled eggs to something,
devil. Your best friend's name, you say
trying to have a good.
I think I know that I've seen it.
We always say at the beginning of every show.
Mm-hmm. Might be the name of
Bridge.
The senior.
They
class
hit it under the. So get a kayak. That's your advice.
I mean, I had not experienced that.
He always wears the same.
She said, "Let's bring you two together and hyphen it." Hold on. Tell me that Meryl Streep is not in that movie.
I think she is. Yes. I'm gonna make the AAA man.
Off of time. In our commute back from filming Buddy System, pulls the saran wrap off a. You know how around here in Los Angeles, you see just it's never seen this direct sign.
Right, and it should.
But it for a world of lower GI hurt in the and I look for any opportunity to hang out with any of them.
Go, and then you GPS that sucker, and then you just right through people's yards, right through people's. I haven't had a flat tire on the interstate.
All the advice we've
raised. Exotic sausages
that long, and then go see animals, and they're pooping left and right. It's like they're taunting
because it makes me feel okay. All right, he just goes on a trip with them. It's a good movie.
Well, you just kind of
summer answering some. You can't even if.
And in the day it would be light, but pop up. Maybe he's not dead.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah, sinkhole. Let you know up top. And
it's like a fundraiser for organs.
What do you call a group of from Duke University?
I think that's been announced through some outlets. Yeah, there's going to be a
aqua shoes, water socks, or whatever you're calling them.
Probably half the day. A lot of that was
like some sort of scalping situation.
All she's asking is what you should be.
And by the way, they're still closing that ramp sometimes.
Intermittently.
And
painted the USS Merle with the stencil on the side. Most people suffer from.
I don't.
Yeah, I was like, where?
Right.
One's for Maine and then one's for the rest of the continental United States.
The wig does look
soon,
and it's gonna be. We're going somewhere, and one of us, I had this idea.
No. Okay, here's the thing. People are gonna bring.
We're gonna be gallivanting all around the place with our family, where the footprint is the habit.
We were orchestrating like you would not believe.
Of stopping and celebrating. So I kind of feel like.
Your father-in-law's tan. Important. Last thing we want to say is that after next week's episode,
for any citizen.
And
fall.
We're enjoying it.
Now we're just talking about the fault.
It's gonna be your fault.
Try my ostrich sausage. And hey, you want to trade these? You want to? But it's like a mane, like a lion's mane. Well, you're mispronouncing his name.
Well, it's an orchestra.
It's Rhett's parents and my mom and her husband Lewis, who yes. Let's play. I was like,
there's places for your feet. Like there's places that your feet
falls through.
I call him Devil Egg. I gotta do something about this. And so, you know how I get up and I do.
At the start of, there's some work involved. We're gonna do some tour of myth. So he's going away for 2 weeks. Lily's going away for
Saturday.
And we're talking about ideas. Like this would, I think that's
Cole's. Called Let's Talk About That, where we talk about the show.
No way, he's really, but I might have fallen asleep. It's a pretty soothing movie. It's just kind of people surfing.
Do a sleepaway camp. You could play corn.
If you properly clumped your children together, you could have played fetch. But it'd be a great television show. This would be a great movie. We had a lot of fun with that.
Eating turtles. That's a group of people playing instruments who are donating their organs.
I'm just gonna pitch these. I don't think this is what they should be. Pretty obvious. I mean, I think, don't call it fetch, but everyone's gonna.
It's the heat of. Didn't even eat lunch while we were shooting Buddy System. We would like have.
Podcast sucks all of a sudden.
Just turned into an episode of the Californians. You wanted dangerous activities.
Well, two of us as kids with the purple gorilla.
I don't know. It might be someone who
just gives you genes. It was just like when you land in Hawaii and they give you do Good Mythical Summer. Last summer is when we did Good Mythical Summer with.
And what does she do? And I think at that point is when she should play cornhole.
Your fault. But I do think that some of the
7-year-old human.
My extra enjoyable.
I think you should stop.
We're in the middle of a summer that has been. Arch that back, but it's a win-win. I mean, it might hurt the wallet. With you.
Oh, okay. We saw that.
And I think it's because we wanted the summer of 20. For the next few days, kids, you're just gonna spell Skirbert. Hit SKIRRR. Feel great. Let's be real.
I actually like hanging out with them. It's just after a while they need to do their own thing.
Are we still as big as we're gonna have? You probably just the odds of you running into us are through the roof. But I think they should take the sign down.
Well, they should adjust the sign.
I got one.
We have to say this. We have not said it enough.
Sure, they're gonna enjoy it, and I'm sure they'll poop but it's hair, of course.
Yeah, I think it's Pharaoh.
You know what? The boop is like the edit point. It's all speculative. So for me, I tend to overanalyze.
You got Eddie.
One. Rihanna Schmid. What do you do? Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
It's a look of relief.
And all I would have Doc is paid the level of a fire marshal fine. And then if they
how many times do you think that'll work? With a human. This is not a dog. My dad watched this with Shepard.
Subconscious for me. So I have to.
And a guy.
Okay.
And I don't really.
But it was. You say your
vision, and it's
edit joke.
She's pregnant and she has a 7-year-old, and you're telling her to squish it closer together.
No, I'm
not quite met.
It's a dangerous place.
You don't want to get on the side of the road, so I can't.
As he's walking on the shoulder back to the car, he runs back to his patrol car door off of some college student, and he needed the money, so it was a lot of death.
I'm really anything you want to eat, anything you want to drink,
vending. Sounds like we're having come over his ankle. They had like a bulletin board. Freedom. It's like hyphenated ones.
The one that was popular in the 70s. You're dying because you're in a kayak.
Well, she said dangerous.
You're the one who asked.
More about anything we're working on, just continue to read Variety.
The Cotton Candy, when GMM comes back for season 14, there's gonna be a show.
But then it starts to clear up some, late in the...
Loves their kids or likes their kids or it's just a tolerant. You can't say what he is because you spoil it.
I don't remember what he was.
And then you end up injuring yourself and here's a curveball summer movie. The River Wives.
Right, put appropriate times. I don't think I have to go through this, but all of the, he was like Peaches.
Over to mythical.store to meet all your life needs. Actors.
And I think that there are like commercials. And then Skibbert, he had this.
Skibbert or Skirbert?
Skirbert. That's what the maybe reveals some things about ourselves in the process.
Rezwan.
15 and 15. And it don't Galapagos turtles. And
that's real bad.
No, if none of this amounts to anything, which I don't believe that.
What are the best summer?
You weren't listening to dedicated time to just sit on a couch. Jelly.
How about grapes? Since that starts
grape jelly. Sorry if that's how you heard about it, but now we're talking about it. Yeah, just casually.
Every Saturday. Yeah, those Duke students have a lot of mildew problems.
When I opened up the flotation
tan, I'm embarrassed to look like Neapolitan.
It like had a bunch of smelled very mildewy. Some questions, summer theme related, help you guys out, and then maybe a buttload of money from like a Zerbert
apparel, and then you hashtag it with the word mythical.
If you can help it.
And very important.
We started like. We put our heads together. We're like, let's talk about this camp.
I've already been through this. How you shouldn't be giving family, and it's
at the top.
Yeah,
he wore those duck boots. You're going through the tops of. You can mine some older ears.
Developing these ideas,
and then like a clump.
Yeah, again, and we've already.
Whoa.
Okay. Hey.
Not all the way to super compatible.
You're taking a very high constipation potential
excursion. I'm talking it's gonna slow down the trip. You gotta keep moving if it's a 12-hour drive.
No, if you've got a mobile set, they won't stop you. I've tried.
Orchestrated wrong?
Yeah, it's orchestrated, but it's cool. I mean, both
work. Orchestrated. Like the rubber shoes that then turn into leather. Discipline to follow through, and look, it is different. And so I just wanted to fill the alphabet. So we're
that we got in North Carolina. That is one thing. Nowhere and like slept at this old abandoned camp.
It was dark there too.
We roasted marshmallows. Very still.
For 1 week to another camp.
Hashtag, if you take a picture of yourself in some mythical. That's and not cooking it all the way
telling us. We've only started to talk about what it might be.
Yeah, I'm probably getting into. And for that though, they are related to you. Fishing can get very distinct line forming.
Okay. That's how you, because I'm really concerned about, we got a lot of questions.
Moon pies and grapes.
Between February.
So I can say that I feel qualified to answer this question.
Don't stop. So don't go morning into.
And orgered. Not only that.
In the water. In their shorts. He does a lot of grass mowing.
Are you about to tell me
restaurant you order a deviled egg, it's gonna come, they've made it a long time ago and it's been come in the house, take his shoes and socks off.
7-year-old we had them.
Mm-hmm.
And we were also preparing for Brittany Nawara. Hi Rhett and Link, what are some fun outside games that don't involve a lot of physical activity?
Christy was just tasting them out, but congratulations. And if that quite remember.
I like to seem normal. I'm not, but I like to seem normal. I
found it. I was like, well, yeah, I found it. I know where everything is down to the millimeter.
I thought they were so cool. Moon to be known for, other than ostrich.
Through, you see, you're weird, dude.
In the southern United States, how many times do
year round? And then you're like, if you were going,
we have discovered the wonders of summer camp. I don't think you should. Body's gonna be talking to you.
Oh, Brianna, you got it. We got all that stuff to keep him entertained. What about Cape Fear?
Yeah, it's another river movie.
Your favorite food and you say where you're from. So
now you're back with what? Have you been to one lately?
Where anything goes.
Have you?
But if you get those like individual toe shoes.
And you bring enough for everybody to try it. And next thing you know, people are like,
for some reason when you say
you're not responsible for your kayaking, okay?
No, we're not.
Never.
Biscuits. And lastly, I'll just say, continue to give us feedback, #earbiscuit. Going back to all you should not combine. And let me memorize his lines.
If I get
hit me.
Emily, even with the stuff that we've done with Marie, which is commendable, but the fact that your name is Lisa Marie and your
rappers, the freestylers say.
No, this isn't off the top.
Yeah.
So, since things kind of got going once we moved to California,
body knew to keep it because it didn't know what else it was gonna get.
Like, that's cool. It's because every other icon on here is just somebody's face.
Even if it fills with water, and it will, when you pop out.
And it's not an event.
A word that started with the letter that you were on, so I have A.
The other day, and my dad said, I was watching Fear.
And getting his recliner, and let me tell you that it's not seeing him.
His reaction.
That's true.
All of a sudden,
spring is for 2 weeks. Most of the camps,
well, I wanted to go back, but because you, well, it's gonna be over before you.
So we just talking to the guy who at the gate.
Yeah, it's
had the perfect fuzz on the outside. It had what they call skip. Not say it is the day we're in heaven.
Yeah, come on. Come out.
I think I'm bringing it.
It's winter time.
I think I'm bringing it. I've watched the soundtrack.
You need to go home and watch
Katie Ritchie. And Kevin Bacon.
Don't say what. Our summers were filled with a lot of things that.
Danger. I thought it was the same. It shows up on the weekends.
I think that's
with
actually.
The relaunch. I mean, I think 30s to.
I'd highly recommend.
You gotta watch it. If Barbara jumps on you, then you'd have a Caucasian's foot. To a tanner Caucasian.
You're just in the danger zone, especially
at this thing.
Cornhusk. Raise my mic up about an inch. It's impossible at this point.
I'm not advising her.
There's a river in Arkansas.
Look away a little bit more. I still see it a little bit. Summer. Talk to do it right now because I'm against water shoes. It's just like those didn't exist when.
Bella shirt. The worst time.